And joining us now is somebody who hopes to be in the NBA playoffs maybe next year at this time, Kobe Bryant, who has applied himself eligible for the NBA draft. Kobe, you made the decision this week, and it has been debated back and forth throughout the week, as I'm sure you have heard. Tell me the process you went through to come to the decision of making yourself eligible for the NBA draft.
Well, playing in the NBA has always been a goal of mine. I've said that many times, it's always been a dream. And I was basically going through the high school season trying to think if this is really what I want to do, if college is a place that I want to skip, if that experience is worth taking ahead of the NBA, and that's what I was mainly trying to focus on.
You said at the press conference that back when you were in 9th grade, you had already made the decision that if it were possible, you'd skip college and go right to, so this is something that you've thought of.
Well, it wasn't like I made a decision and said, well, if this opportunity presents itself, I'm going to take it. I just wanted to give myself the option to either go to the NBA or go to college, and I worked very hard to make that goal possible.
Part of what makes this unique is your father played in the NBA, and he certainly, I'm sure, has influenced you in at least in part of your decision.
Well, he's able to give me a lot of pros and cons, but we all know that the game has changed a lot since then. Player personnel and the total attitudes and the money of the game have totally changed since then. But he has been able to give me a pretty good feel at the NBA.
A lot of people would wonder why the rush. You're 17, what are you, 17 years old?
Right.
You're 17 years old and you could still go to college and get 1 year in. And you're not from a family that's, let's face it, that's in poverty. Your dad did well with his money. You come from a middle-class family. Why jump now?
Well, I love the competition. And, in college, there's great competition, but in the NBA, it's the best players in the world. And I love to play against the best players in the world. And, you can go in there and you can learn from them. Michael can give you 40, 50, or however, but you can learn.
I know you practice with some of the guys in the Sixers and other players throughout in the NBA, and you really feel like, I mean, you really think that you can step up and play with the best in the world?
I hope so. I don't know. I don't know yet. I haven't played a regular season game. Those were just pickup games, but I do know that I'm going to work extremely hard. And whatever happens, happens. If I'm not a success, then I'll have to work harder.
Now, you will not be the only one coming out of high school who will apply for the NBA draft. Jermaine ONeal from South Carolina has made himself eligible as well. But as I understand it, pending whether he passes his SAT scores. Now, let me ask you the question. Is there would college still be viable if, say, a team doesn't select you where you'd want to go, or a team that you may not feel comfortable with? Any circumstance like that may keep you from going to the NBA.
Well, you never say never, but right now I'm 110% confident that this is what I want to do, no matter who drafts me, where. I just want to play in the NBA.
Let's talk about, let's backtrack and talk about some of the colleges that were in the running before you had made your decision. Certainly Duke, you mentioned that. You had talked to Coach K throughout this process and got some advice from him. What are some of the other schools that were in the running before you made your decision formal?
Michigan, LaSalle, and Villanova, as well as North Carolina.
Did you ever feel pressured, Kobe, to go to LaSalle because your dad was an assistant there?
No, not at all. I understood that this was my decision to make, and my father understood that, and if anything, he encouraged me to make my own decision and to be an individual. So I felt no pressure at all.
Now let's talk about how things have changed since we were just talking during the break that things have certainly changed for you. I mean, it's skyrocketed since this last week when you made the decision.
Well, it's been fun. It's a great experience. I'm glad to go through it. It's totally changed. My phone rings a lot more. People on the street know me now. They come to me and say, hey, you should have did this, you should have done that. But I enjoy it.
You finding cousins that you never met before out of the woodwork now that you stand on the verge of making all this money?
Well, if you want to call people that you never seen before cousins, I guess I met a lot of them.
Let's, you know what, it's ironic that you would wear this jersey. Emmitt Smith just graduated. I don't know if you knew that. You said that you were a big Emmitt fan.
Yep.
Your dad said that regardless of what happens, you will go to school in the off season and we'll get your degree.
Oh, no question. I'll definitely I am making plans to further my education, whether I'm playing in the NBA. I want to have a diploma. That's a goal that I'm going to work for.
You know, most kids that grow up watching the NFL or the NBA dream and can see themselves wearing a particular jersey or playing for a certain team. Is there a certain team that you had been dreaming to wear their jersey?
Right now, I just want to get out there and play.
You don't want to paint yourself in the corner, do you?
Well, I really don't care, to tell you the truth. I just want to get out there and play basketball. But when I was little, I always was a Magic Johnson fan. I love Magic Johnson. I love the LA Lakers. But right now, it doesn't matter to me.
It's got to be amazing to you that if Johnson's still around next year, that you may even have a chance to play with him.
I know, that's amazing. My father used to tell me when I was 3, I used to shoot baskets with him, and now I might have the chance to play against him. That's incredible.
Kobe, it's been a pleasure. You're a fine young man. I
Thank you
hear
very
all the
much.
great things about you, and I know you'll do well. Good luck.
Thank you.